Good morning and welcome to the Perivis Brief, where we bring you the key corporate updates that matter in just a few minutes. Please note that this is AI-generated content and may contain factual inaccuracies. Always consult original data before making investment decisions. Let's dive straight into today's key corporate news. Earnings season, standouts and surprises. It was another action-packed day for earnings, with several large caps and sector leaders reporting their FY 2025 numbers. Titan Company delivered a robust 22% revenue growth, crossing 57,800 crore rupees, driven by strong performances in jewelry and watches, as well as international expansion. However, net profit dipped 2% year-on-year, largely due to the impact of higher gold duties. The company also announced a leadership transition, with Ajoy Chawla set to take over as Managing Director from January 2026. Titan declared a dividend of 11 rupees per share, and the stock ended slightly higher. Larsen & Toubro reported record order inflows of 3,57,000 crore rupees, up 18% year-on-year, and a 16% rise in revenue. Net profit grew 15% to 15,037 crore rupees, with a final dividend of 34 rupees per share. Notably, international orders now make up 58% of Larsen & Toubro's order book. The stock was largely unchanged. Canara Bank posted a strong 33% jump in net profit to 17,027 crore rupees, with asset quality improving as gross INPA fell below 3%. The bank announced a 4 rupees per share dividend, and shares gained nearly 2%. Voltas impressed with a 24% revenue increase and a 145% surge in net profit, thanks to a strong performance in its unitary cooling products segment and a turnaround in its projects business. Despite these numbers, the stock slipped, possibly on profit-taking. Blue Star also reported stellar numbers, with revenue up 27% and EBITDA up 24%. The company highlighted a strong order book and a net cash position, but the stock fell over 4%, likely on profit booking or a cautious outlook. Biocon saw fourth quarter profit more than double year-on-year, but full-year profit was flat. The company announced plans to raise up to 4,500 crore rupees and is considering strategic restructuring. Despite positive guidance, the stock declined over 3%. Asian Paints faced margin pressures, with net sales down 4.5% and profit after tax dropping nearly 27%. The company declared a final dividend of 20 rupees and 55 paise per share, but shares were down modestly. Jindal Stainless posted a 5% rise in revenue and a 7% increase in net profit for the year, with a standout fourth quarter where profit nearly doubled. The company announced a 2 rupees per share dividend, but the stock ended lower. MCX was a bright spot, with income up 59% and net profit surging over 570% to 560 crore rupees, driven by a sharp rise in trading volumes. The company declared a hefty 30 rupees per share dividend. Other notable results included Pidilite Industries with 8% revenue growth and a 20% jump in profit, SJS Enterprises with a 39% rise in profit, and Ami Organics, which saw revenue climb 40% on strong pharma intermediates growth. On the flip side, DB Corp and Sula Vineyards both saw their stocks decline despite no major negative surprises, reflecting sectoral headwinds in media and consumer discretionary. Strategic moves and corporate actions. In the strategic space, Titan's Managing Director succession plan sets the stage for a smooth leadership transition. Endurance Technologies completed the acquisition of Maxwell Energy Systems, now holding 100% ownership. Coal India signed a major memorandum of understanding to supply 4,500 megawatts of renewable energy to AM Green Ammonia, marking a significant step in the green energy transition. Similarly, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited awarded 100 megawatts of wind projects to Suzlon and Integrum Energy, supporting its net zero ambitions. Brigade Enterprises acquired an 11-acre land parcel in Bengaluru for a premium commercial project, with a gross development value exceeding 2,000 crores. Uno Minda approved a new two-wheeler alloy wheel plant in Haryana, and Websol Energy secured a 250-megawatt solar module order from CRI Pumps. Zaggle Prepaid signed a channel partner agreement with Grant Thornton Barrett, which helped lift the stock nearly 5%. Leadership and board changes. A few notable management changes. Chambal Fertilizers appointed Anuj Jain as Chief Financial Officer after Anand Agarwal's resignation. Hindustan Construction Company announced a fundraising plan of up to 1,500 crore rupees and a Chief Financial Officer transition, with Rahul Shukla taking over the finance reins. Credit ratings and financial health. On the credit front, IndusInd Bank's long-term debt was placed on rating watch with negative implications by CRISIL. Saga Cements was downgraded to IND BBB+ with negative outlook by India Ratings, and Ramkrishna Forgings saw its ratings placed on watch due to inventory discrepancies. Uflex had its rating reaffirmed at AA- with stable outlook, with an increase in rated debt facilities. Other noteworthy developments. Lupin received US FDA approval for its generic HIV drug with 180-day exclusivity, which could be a meaningful earnings driver. NTPC Green Energy added 3 new independent directors to its board. Sanofi Consumer Healthcare's open offer saw 36.6% of the offer size tendered so far. Mahindra and Mahindra Financial Services announced a 2,996 crore rupees rights issue, and IIFL Finance reported a strong recovery in gold and MSME loans. Stock movers. In terms of price action, Netweb Technologies and Symphony were among the top gainers, both rallying on the back of strong earnings momentum. On the downside, Blue Star, Biocon, DB Corp, REC Limited, and Hindustan Construction Company saw notable declines despite decent results, suggesting some profit-taking or sector-specific concerns. To sum up, the earnings season continues to deliver a mix of strong growth stories and margin pressures. Several large caps announced healthy dividends and signaled long-term strategic intent through leadership transitions and green energy initiatives. However, credit rating actions and sharp stock moves in select names warrant close monitoring. That's it for today's Perivis Brief. If you found it useful, feel free to pass it along to someone who might too. See you tomorrow.